Hello, my name is Matt de la Peña, and I am an author of picture books and young adult novels. Earlier today, I spent a little time reading a book to the younger crowd, maybe some of your siblings. But I also write young adult novels for teens and college kids, and I wanted to send a special message out there to you all and issue you a challenge. So first of all, I think we all can agree that these are crazy times, and we've had to adjust. So you don't get to be at school, you have to learn from home, and it's hard. It's hard to get on a computer and try to learn. We don't all have the same situation either. Like, we don't have the same setup. Some people don't have internet access, for example. Well, I think we just need to keep in mind that teachers are trying their hardest to reach us. Administrators are trying their best to figure out the ideal way to reach you. But at the end of the day, it's kind of on us. So if we want to keep learning, we kind of got to take control of our own education. So with that in mind, I want to offer you a challenge. So this is going to be from one of my picture books. It's called Love. And this is a picture book that I don't just read to young people. I read this everywhere I go. I visit a lot of middle schools, high schools, colleges. Everywhere I go, I read this book. But we're going to concentrate on just one picture, okay? So here is the picture. Now, if you look at this, let me adjust the camera a little bit. So if you look at this, you see that something has happened in the world, and the family has gathered around the TV to sort of like take in the news. Now, this is something pretty scary, obviously, because you could tell by their reactions. See, this woman is holding her hand over her face. This man is clearly worried. But most importantly, this grandmother here, she is telling this young person, her granddaughter probably, look, this is too scary, Mija. You got to stay where you are. Don't come any closer. And she's doing this out of love. She wants to protect her grandchild. She doesn't want her to be scared. But do you see what she's also done? She has separated this little girl from the family. So, yes, something scary is on the screen, but she's not deemed old enough to experience it with the rest of her family, so she's off on her own. The artist even drew a very distinct line here to separate her from the family. So even though this is done out of an act of love, you see it's also going to lead to possible other consequences, which is her being scared about, I don't know what this is, but it must be so bad that I can't even access it. I'm not allowed to. So here is what I want you to do. We do not show what's on the screen on purpose. And the interesting thing is it changes all the time. So this book came out 2 years ago, and in my mind I was thinking about policy and the fact that some dreamers were not going to be able to stay in America because of a political decision that was being made. For the illustrator, the person who did the pictures, he thought of 9/11 when the Twin Towers went down, and it was news coverage of that time. But obviously, we can apply this picture to what's going on now, and this scary stuff. We don't know what's happening with this virus. I would love for you to just write about who's right, who's wrong here. Is the family correct to keep this little girl out of it? Do you think they should bring her in and let her see it? How do you see this picture? And for you, what is on the screen? What are they watching? What would it be in your mind? So maybe you want to pick up that challenge and see what comes out of it. I hope everyone's staying safe out there, and hopefully this all ends quickly so we can come back together and do the stuff we used to do. In the meantime, try to work as hard as you can, okay? Thank you for listening to me.